In the Moon of Red Ponies by James Lee Burke. My law office was located on the old courthouse square of Missoula, Montana, not far from the 2 or 3 blocks of low-end bars and hotels that front the rail yards, where occasionally Johnny American Horse ended up on a Sunday morning, sleeping in a doorway, shivering in the cold. The city police liked Johnny and always treated him with a gentleness and sense of fraternity that is not easily earned from cops. He had been awarded the Distinguished Service Cross for bravery in Operation Desert Storm, and some cops said Johnny's claims that he suffered Gulf War syndrome were probably true, and that he was less drunk than sick from a wartime chemical inhalation. More accurately, Johnny was a strange man who didn't fit easily into categories. He lived on the Flathead Reservation in the Jocko Valley, although his name came from the Lakota Sioux, and his relatives told me he was a descendant of Crazy Horse, the shaman and chief strategist for Red Cloud, who actually defeated the United States Army and shut down the Bozeman Trail in Red Cloud's War of 1868. I don't know whether or not Johnny experienced mystical visions as his ancestor supposedly did, but I had no doubt he heard voices, since he often smiled during the middle of a conversation and asked people to repeat themselves, explaining nonchalantly that other people were talking too loudly, although no one else was in the room. But on balance, he was a decent and honorable man and a hard worker who took pride in tree planting the side of a bare hill or digging post holes from sunrise to dark in the way ranch hands did years ago, when love of the work itself was sometimes more important than the money it paid. His higher ambitions were quixotic and of a kind that are doomed to destruction, but he was never dissuaded by the world's rejection or the fate it would eventually impose on him. I just wished Johnny hadn't been so brave or so trusting in the rest of us. The most dangerous, depraved, twisted, and unpredictable human being I ever knew was a rodeo clown by the name of Wyatt Dixon. With my help, he had been...
Sample complete. Ready to continue?